It's not the mistake that matters, it's how you deal with it, what you learn from it, and how you apply that lesson in your life and in your work.
It happened on Wednesday, January 27th, around 5:45, that 3 of our staff members discovered that 20 vials of Moderna vaccine, so that's around 200 doses, were left unrefrigerated, and they will expire if we didn't use them within the next 6 hours.
We just looked at each other in shock.
When we initially found them, like she said, we were scared, we were fearful.
So my stomach fell and I had that initial, how can this happen? Midway said they wanted to help. It had happened on their watch. They were all part to help, but at this point we're coming up on 6:30, approaching 7 o'clock at night. People have gone home. Doug immediately went and got on the line, and he was able to reach Jazz after hours.
I remember having the phone on my ear and just my jaw dropped. I was looking at the wall and I was like, oh no, how am I gonna make this happen? But we'll figure something out.
Our business director reached out to call center, and Derek, assembled his little team, and they were able to help us out with recalls that night to get our schedules filled, so that all we had to do was focus on the actual patients that were there that night.
I was heading home, so it was a long day, but I mean, if I had the opportunity to always be there and help out our community, I would always say yes.
And I got a call just saying, what are you doing? Is there any way that you can come up to Midway and help us, administer COVID vaccines? When I heard that call, it kind of sounded frantic. She was nervous, she was scared. I just felt like I needed to go up there and help. And I said, I'll be right there. Just let me call somebody to pick up my family. That way I can just go straight there since I was closer.
It was kind of energizing. It wasn't like it was all of a sudden, it was like, oh, this is great. We're gonna make a difference here because people need the vaccine, and I want to be a part of that. And so it wasn't like it was kind of a no-brainer. It was like, if I can help, I'm gonna go do it.
Patients were overflowing with joy and gratitude, singing and dancing and clapping.
I remember someone who said that he had dragged his mother out of bed, and she was literally wearing her pajamas to come get the vaccine.
I remember there was a patient that was saying that he had been here earlier in the day to pick up his prescription. He was so grateful that he got a call that same night, and he was driving, so he was just very grateful, that we were giving the vaccines out.
There was support on all levels, and it was the most heartwarming thing to witness. It felt like I had stepped into a Lifetime movie. Spirits were high. It was just such a wonderful thing to be a part of.
We're a great team. It was a hard task, such a short notice, but everybody working together, you don't even worry about it's gonna be done. And patients can feel that, that vibe, that it's positive and helpful, and we're on the same, page, and that's great.
We vaccinated our last patient at about 11:45, I believe. So we left clinic at midnight, a little after midnight, and then I thought, oh no, the next morning is the all-staff meeting, which was a pretty early start, especially because a few of my team members and I were in the breakout dance group, and so we met earlier that morning to prep. And Dr. Dancel was one of those providers that was in clinic helping us that night, and we had so much energy doing that dance. It was so much fun. It made for a really fun couple of days.
This was what felt like a disaster suddenly feels like a joyful. It was a mission moment for so many of us, where we thought, this is who we are. This is what we do. Just even talking about it gets me choked up. Sorry. This is why I work at HealthPoint.
Seeing the team come together, we all felt completely supported. And then seeing the reaction on our patients' face, these are patients who might be in bedtime at this time, and they were coming out of the woodworks actually, just excited and happy to be here.
What happened was a gift. The whole idea of having a just culture means you actually celebrate reporting, you encourage it, you reward it. The numbers should be high because everyone has that lens to think, what if, uncomfortable though it may be, it's a chance to understand what we can do better together. And to err is human. We all do it.
Speak up. Don't let your fear of what's going to happen affect our patients and the integrity of our organization. So I think speaking up, and that shows a lot of courage on your end.
I would not trade the experience for the world. It was one of the highlights of my career, honestly, thus far. It made me so proud to be a part of an organization that would come together to pull something like that off.